You hatch from an egg, somewhere in the southwestern United States, with two siblings cracking out of their shells beside you. You're blind and can't lift your head yet, so you press flat against the bottom of the nest with your siblings pushing in from both sides. The nest is empty and your mother isn't here, so there's no food coming from anywhere. Then a shadow passes over, and your mother lands on the edge of the nest, dropping a piece of lizard down between the three of you. Your siblings lunge forward immediately, so you lunge in the same direction, snapping at whatever is there. You get nothing. Then she drops another piece, and this time your beak connects first, so you pull it down and swallow it whole. A few days pass, and your eyes open for the first time. The nest sits low in a thorny shrub with open scrubland stretching out in every direction around it. Your mother leaves again, and while she's gone, a raven lands on a branch just above the nest with its head tilting down toward you. You and your siblings push to the back of the nest together. Then your mother comes back fast, landing between the raven and the nest with her wings spread wide and her crest up, driving forward until the raven lifts off and disappears over the scrub. She stands over the nest for a while after it leaves, then drops a small gecko between the three of you. This time you don't wait. You're at the front of the nest already, so you snap it up before either sibling can move. That's the first time you've eaten first, but you're still blind to most of what's out there, and the world past the edge of this nest is bigger and faster than anything you've faced so far. You're 3 weeks old now, and your feathers have come in enough to leave the nest, so you drop down to the ground and follow your mother across the open scrub for the first time. She moves fast with her body low and her tail held out flat behind her, so you copy her posture and try to keep up. Then she stops suddenly and drives her beak straight down into the dirt, pulling up a scorpion and bashing it against a rock several times before swallowing it. That's the first time you've seen her do that, and you watch every part of it. A beetle crosses the ground just ahead of you, so you stab at it with your beak, miss, then pin it under your foot and try again, getting it on the second attempt and swallowing it whole. That's your first catch on your own. But then your mother freezes, with her whole body going still, so you stop behind her. A lizard sits on a flat rock a few meters ahead, and before you can move, she explodes forward with her legs driving hard against the dirt, grabbing it before it can get off the rock. You run after her, trying to pull the tail end away from her, but she turns and swallows it before you get close. So you turn back to the scrub on your own, moving slowly with your head down and your eyes tracking the ground. A second lizard sits near a clump of dry brush, and you chase it as it runs, staying right behind it until it stops against a rock with nowhere to go. Then drive your beak down and pin it. You swallow it whole with your head tilting back. Roadrunners don't climb trees or wait in branches. Everything they eat, they chase down on foot. But the prey you've caught so far has been small and slow, and out here, not everything will be. You're 6 months old now, and your mother stopped coming back to the territory a few weeks ago, so you've been hunting this stretch of scrubland on your own. You know where the lizards shelter, which rocks the beetles cross under, and which patches of open ground are worth checking. It works well enough, until one morning another roadrunner walks in from the eastern edge of your territory, with his crest raised and his tail held high. You need to push him out, so you raise your crest and walk straight toward him with your body low. He keeps coming, so you both slow down and circle each other with your heads forward and your eyes locked on. Then he darts forward and pecks at the top of your head, so you snap back and catch his beak with yours, and you both pull against each other until he twists free. He charges again, driving his body into yours and pushing you sideways, so you dig your feet into the dirt and shove back hard with your full weight behind it. He slips trying to hold his ground, so you drive forward into the gap and jump onto his back, pushing him down into the dirt with your feet. He kicks free and runs, and you chase him all the way to the edge of your territory with your legs driving hard against the ground before pulling up, and watching him disappear into the scrub. That's the first time you've held this land against another roadrunner. You walk the full edge of your territory after he leaves, stopping at every high rock to stand tall with your crest up, marking where your ground ends. Roadrunners do this to make their presence clear to any other male passing through, but holding territory through a challenge is one thing. The scrub has bigger threats than rival birds, and some of them don't back down when you stand your ground. You're 1 year old now and fully grown. You've caught lizards, mice, beetles, and small birds, but today you find something you've never faced before. A western diamondback rattlesnake sits coiled beside a boulder, longer than you are and as thick as your leg. You need to eat, and this is the biggest prey you've ever stood in front of. So you spread your wings wide to make yourself look bigger and start circling it slowly with your eyes staying on its head the whole time. It tracks your movement but stays coiled, so you dart forward and drive your beak hard into the back of its head, then jump back before it can turn. It lunges wide, trying to reach you, but you're already out of range. So you move to the other side and dart in again, striking twice more in the same spot before jumping clear. It starts to slow down, so you close the gap and strike faster now, hitting the same point behind its head over and over until it stops lifting off the ground. Then you grab it just behind the head and bash it against the boulder repeatedly with your whole body pulling back into each swing until it goes completely still. You swallow it head first, and the tail hangs out of your beak for a long time while your body works it down. That's your biggest catch yet, and you did it alone. Roadrunners are one of the only birds that hunt rattlesnakes regularly. The key is the strike behind the head, which stops the snake from turning and biting back. You didn't know that going in, but your body worked it out mid-fight. You figured out how to take down prey bigger than yourself. But the scrub is about to change around you, and what it asks of you next will be something you've never had to do before. You're 2 years old now, and something has changed in how you move through your territory. You start picking things up that you don't eat: a twig, a dry stem, a beetle you carry for a while before putting down again. You arrange a few of them on a flat rock near the center of your territory and stand beside them with your crest up and your tail raised. You've never done this before, but your body is driving it, so you keep doing it. A few days later, a female appears at the edge of your land with her head low and her eyes on you. You need to bring her closer, so you pick up a beetle from the ground and walk toward her slowly with your body low and your tail held up behind you. She turns and walks away, so you follow at a distance with your head down and your steps steady. She stops. So you stop too, and place the beetle on the ground in front of you, then take a step back. She walks over, takes it, and stays. Over the next few days, you bring her more food, a lizard, then a small mouse, and each time she takes it and moves a little further into your territory. That's how it works with roadrunners. The male feeds the female to show he can provide, and she decides whether he's worth staying for. Eventually she stays, and you build a nest together in a low thorny shrub, weaving sticks into a flat platform and lining it with leaves and feathers. She lays 4 eggs, and you both take turns sitting on the nest with your body covering them completely. You've gone from holding territory alone to building something inside it. But 4 chicks will need more food than you've ever had to find before. And something out there has already noticed the nest. You're 3 years old now, and the chicks are 2 weeks old with their heads always up and their beaks open whenever you get back to the nest. You need to keep them fed, so you hunt close by and come back fast, dropping lizards and beetles straight into their beaks before heading out again. It's the most food you've ever had to find in a single day. You're moving fast through the scrub with your head low and your eyes on the ground when a Harris's hawk drops from a branch above you with its talons coming down hard. They hit your back and drive you into the dirt. You need to get free, so you twist your body hard to one side and snap your beak up at its leg, catching it enough to make it loosen its grip for a second. That second is all you need. You roll out from under it and sprint into the scrub, cutting left and right between the bushes so its wings can't follow cleanly through the gaps. The hawk pulls up above the brush, trying to track you from above, but you cut left again and push under a creosote bush, dropping flat against the ground with your body still. The hawk circles once above you, then lands on a rock nearby with its head turning slowly. You stay flat and don't move. After a long time it lifts off and goes. You take a different route back to the nest, staying low and close to the brush the whole way. Your partner is already standing over the chicks with her wings spread wide across them. You drop a lizard into the nest and watch all 4 beaks go up at once. You got away this time. But the hawk knows this part of the scrub now, and it will be back before the chicks are old enough to run. You're 5 years old now, and the desert has been dry for months. The lizards have gone deeper underground, the beetles have thinned out, and the patches of scrub you've hunted for years are producing less and less. Your partner left the territory 2 weeks ago when the food ran out, so you've been covering twice the ground you used to, just to find enough to eat each day. You spot a kangaroo rat near a dried-up creek bed and give chase, pushing your legs as hard as they'll go with your body leaning forward and your tail stretched out flat behind you. Roadrunners can run at nearly 30 kilometers per hour, and you close the gap fast, grabbing it before it can change direction. You eat it where you stand. Later that day you find a dead cactus wren near the base of a saguaro. You need the food, so you check it carefully, tilting your head and tapping it once with your beak before eating it on the spot. Roadrunners will take whatever they can get when the scrub stops giving enough, and right now the scrub is giving almost nothing. By late afternoon, you climb to the top of a flat boulder and spread both wings wide with your back turned toward the sun, holding that position while the skin along your spine absorbs the heat directly. Your body temperature drops during the cooler parts of the day, and this is how you bring it back up without burning the energy you can't afford to lose. It's not resting, it's surviving. The food will come back when the rains return. But your body is slower than it was 2 years ago, and the desert has a way of finding that out before you do. You're 7 years old now, and your territory is smaller than it used to be. Your legs carry you slower across the scrub, and your strikes take a fraction longer to land than they once did. You're hunting along a rocky ridge one morning when you spot a young rattlesnake coiled in the open below you, smaller than any you've faced before. So you drop down toward it with your wings spread wide and your eyes on the back of its head. You drive your beak down, but you're slightly slow, and the snake turns before your beak connects cleanly. The fang catches your leg just above the foot and you pull back fast, taking a few steps before your leg starts to stiffen. You've beaten rattlesnakes before, bigger ones than this, but your body doesn't move the way it used to, and this time the timing was off by just enough. You walk a small circle and then stop with your weight sitting heavy on your good leg. You peck at the bite once, then lower your body toward the ground with your legs folding underneath you. You lie on your side in the dirt with both wings dropping open flat and your eyes still open, with your beak pointed out at the scrub in front of you. The same scrub you've hunted across for 7 years. The same ridgeline where you chased your first lizard. The same open ground where you held your territory against every bird that walked onto it. Your chest drops once, then again, then stops. The sun keeps moving across the ridge above you. A beetle crosses the dirt near your beak and keeps going. And out past the edge of the scrub, somewhere in the brush, a raven lands on a rock and waits.